Hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about why, in my opinion, the Object 140 is better than the T62A. But before we start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe underneath this video. We're about to start, so grab a drink, as well as something to eat, and let's go! Alright, traditionally we're going to be starting off in the garage, and obviously this is the Object 140. It is a very beautiful looking tank, in my opinion, one of the best looking mediums out there. I don't know, the shape, everything is just like, you know, pure Soviet. Of course, in terms of stats, it's not good as the rest of my tanks, since the T62 and the Object 140 were both my first tier 10s. I got them at the same time almost, and so as you can see, compared to my better, heavy tanks at tier 10, these probably did the worst. So where are they? Yep, there we go. So 2,800 on both of them, almost 2,900 on the 62. But I had to get the average damage up all the way from 2,200. So for 100 battles back in the day, I had 2,200 average damage, and I had to bring that up gradually in both tanks. So that was a hell of a grind, and I had to learn a lot in terms of gameplay to be able to increase my average damage. So I hope you guys can do the same in terms of all of your tanks, in particular, not the mediums in particular, but all of your tanks. So yeah, this is just a quick motivation. And yeah, now jumping onto the actual tank, so let's look at the equipment really quickly. So in terms of the first bar, everything is standard. Why? Because gun rammer, the DPM is crazy, we make it even better. And then enhanced gun laying drive to obviously allow us to decrease the aiming time, and vertical stabilizer. So this helps us shoot while we are on the move. Of course, improved assembly, in my opinion, is better than increasing the armor. That's just my opinion. It hasn't helped a lot. Everything else is pretty much standard. And then for the defense system, you can choose. I sometimes go with the defense system or improved modules, but most of my tanks have improved modules, so I'm going to keep it like that for the Object 140 as well. In terms of ammunition, again, ammo doesn't run out all the time unless you're firing throughout the battle constantly. Other than that, this setup should be fine. And now in terms of provisions, everything is the best, obviously. And in terms of consumables, everything is standard as well. So I think that's all you need to know about this tank in the garage. As usual, I have an action-packed gameplay while talking to you guys about the tank and why I think, or at least why I prefer it over the T62. Of course, for average or generally for most players, the T62 would be better. But for me, the Object 140 just feels faster, and it is faster. That's number one. And number two, the hull armor and the sides are a lot stronger than the T62. So the Object 140 has a much better hull than the T62, and that is the biggest difference between the Object 140 and the T62. So the T62 is a bit slower but has better turrets. The Object 140 is a bit faster but has a better hull. And of course, the T62 has better gun depression. So yeah, I think that Object 140 could use a little bit of a speed buff in order to make it stand out compared to the T62. So, the T62 could be the armored version of this, medium, of a Soviet medium, and the Object 140 could be a faster medium tank, something like that. But other than that, the Object 140, it's decent, it's a poor man's T22. It's still played in tournaments because the hull is quite strong for a medium compared to like the T62. And again, because of the speed is a bit better and it feels more comfortable using this tank. Other than that, the gun is also amazing, just like the T62 has. As you can see, we're just shooting the E50M and everyone else with ease, laser-like accuracy. So no problem with the gun at all. The DPM is very good, one of the best at tier 10 for mediums. And the only problem is the very weak turrets, and of course that's all you can complain about, nothing else. Everything about the tank is great apart from the very, very weak turret. So I think Wargaming should compensate it with a little bit of a speed buff or patch the turret. But if you do patch the turret, then again, it would become a lot stronger than the 62, and people would stop using the T62 again. So, that's that. I just think they should change the tanks a bit. So, this could be a faster version of the T62, and the T62 could be a bit of a more heavier and slower, medium tank. But that's just my opinion. But as you can see here, guys, look, this is the biggest problem, as I said, with the 140, the turrets. Look where the T57 heavy penetrated me, right in the turret. I don't know if you guys can see, but boom, right there. Not the hull, nothing. So yeah, that's the biggest weakness, as I said. Of course, gun depression, but all Soviets and Chinese heavy tanks, I mean medium tanks, have very bad gun depression, so you can't really say it's a major disadvantage. The hull is very good in terms of ricocheting, and when you're fighting other mediums, if you jiggle your hull, you will get bounces all the time. Especially in tournaments, this is a lot more widely used compared to the T62, just because the hull is a lot better. And so for that reason, I don't know. I don't usually take hull down positions because I don't like staying in one position for too long, especially in a medium. And I like to be a bit faster and more maneuverable in-game. That is the only reason why I choose this tank over the T62. It just feels more comfortable. It feels more at home to me. I don't know about you guys, but you know, not everyone will agree with me. I know this. But that's the only reason why I think this tank is better than the T62. Apart from that, they're almost identical. You know, the gun is very similar. The T62 has a bit of a more accurate gun, but you know, almost the exact same thing. So not that big of a difference to make it stand out as much. So that's all I had to say about the 140, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as usual. And happy is out. Tell me what you guys think about these tanks in the comments below. Bye bye.